Well, good Friday morning, everybody. We've made it through another week, a cold week for sure, and we got a weekend ahead of us. And George, Al, I'm just curious, is how long is this cold gonna stay around? I'm looking for some warm weather, buddy.
Well, it looks like much of next week, Phil, we're going to have cold weather. That polar vortex, stationary low pressures near Hudson Bay, Canada. It's going to be with us for a while. It's our friend. Uh, it's found a home there, and until that lifts back towards the polar region, we're going to be cold at least for a while, for several days. I don't see any. We could moderate a little bit this weekend to maybe low 30s. That's going to be it. No 40s and 50s like we had last weekend. Today will be sunny and cold. We'll have a little breezy, windy conditions this morning. The winds will diminish this afternoon as high pressure builds in later today and overnight tonight. Highs today 18 to 23 degrees. We'll have lots of sunshine. Tonight, mostly clear. It'll be about 7 below zero to about 2 above. Yes, a very cold night. Cheshire County could be 7 below, 6 below. Hillsborough, Western Hillsborough, and Cheshire County. Tomorrow's the morning partial sun with a mix of sun and clouds, then becoming mostly cloudy. Low 30s Saturday, mostly cloudy. Middle 20s Saturday night. Not as cold with the cloud cover. And with the wind a little bit light out of the southwest, the high pressure moves off the east coast tomorrow. We'll get a little milder air on its west side or back side, but don't look for a real warm up like we had last weekend. And Sunday, a few snow showers, Phil. They'll be light if they occur, with a cold front coming through, low 30s. And then we're watching a chance of snow on Monday, 20 to 25 degrees on Monday. Right now, it looks like the heaviest snow accumulations will be south of the Massachusetts Turnpike, Connecticut, Rhode Island, southeast Massachusetts, Cape and Islands, where they could be approaching warning level snows. That's winter storm warning level snows. Again, right now, that's the highest probability for warning level snows, south of the Mass Pike. But again, all the energy, I want to caution all of you, Phil, all of you at the National Telegraph, and our viewers, that all the energy, there's some in the open Pacific and up in the Arctic regions of Canada. The data sampling up there is very sparse. That moisture, that energy in the Pacific will move later today and over the weekend to onshore to the west coast and up in the Arctic regions and the Canadian prairies. We have better data in those areas once it moves onshore from the Pacific and into the Canadian prairies and points south. So if that data could always change the model's thinking and push the storm further north, and we would see, again, there's still a small chance we could see 6 or more inches in southern New Hampshire. But right now, as I'm speaking, I don't feel that's going to happen. But in weather, never say never. So if you hear any changes over the weekend, you'll say, yes, it was that data that trended north. But right now, looks like the storm is going to track farther out to sea. And that was the shift in the computer models yesterday. So as long as that stays today, when that data becomes better samples, that southern trend, as long as that stays today, snows this time. South of the Mass Pike is different. If you have a appointment to Connecticut, Rhode Island, Monday morning, or Southeast Mass Cape Cod, you may want to go over the weekend and beat the storm or wait till after it on Tuesday. That's it right now. It's the best I can tell you right now.
I know we'll talk about this on Monday, but is it going to get warmer next week?
Not really. It looks like that polar vortex will keep temperatures in the 20s near 30 at the balance. Much of next week, we'll talk again Monday morning, but it looks like it will not really warm up next week. Possibly the tail end of the week, we could approach maybe 30 or 34. That would be a Thursday or Friday, but in terms of when you say warmer, 40s and 50s, no, not next week. I don't see any 40s and 50s next week.
All right, yeah, well, that's very distressing.
I know. Well, it's until that vortex goes back where it belongs in the polar North Pole. We call it the polar vortex. That stationary low should be in the poles, not Hudson Bay. And that's why we've had not only New England, but much of the eastern part of the country, the Gulf Coast, Texas, snow and ice. That southward trend of the polar vortex this winter did us all in.
I'm sick of the vortex. Okay, Al, you have yourself a great weekend, and we will talk to you on Monday.
Have a great weekend, Phil and everyone. We'll see you all Monday morning.